You ready? Did you press play?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start with. L-citrulline.
Okay.
I'll talk about coffee, but then I'm gonna start with L-citrulline. What's going on, guys? David Amstutz here with Austin Cooper, Progressive Fitness on Instagram. We're sweaty because we just got done with a workout, but we wanted to talk to you guys about pre-workout and making your own pre-workout. It saves a ton of money if you guys are buying like the traditional 30 serving pre-workout. This is something that you can implement, especially for you powerlifters out there, because this is like a really powerful formula. But what we like to do is, we've both taken pre-workout in the past. It works, and we're not gonna lie, but we didn't care for it, and we were spending a lot of money on it. So what we like to do is a couple cups of coffee, and we like to put each one of these ingredients in our pre-workout or in our coffee to kind of give us the same effect that a traditional pre-workout gives us. So I'll go ahead and start. Start with L-citrulline. L-citrulline is a really awesome supplement. We get almost all these from bulk supplements, great company. L-citrulline, pure L-citrulline, what it does is it kind of expands your blood vessels, so it increases the blood throughout your body. So let's say you're doing arms, it's going to pump a lot more blood into your arms, so it's going to give you that pump factor. But what else it's going to do is it's going to decrease your heart rate, so you're not going to feel as, it's kind of like a health supplement as well. What do you want to talk about?
As far as L-citrulline is concerned, again, pretty much everything he said, it increases blood flow throughout your body. It's almost like if you ever had, which I take this on a pretty regular basis, beetroot powder, it kind of has the same effect of that, where it basically increases the volume of blood so that you have better expansion of your blood vessels, so that when you're working out, or if even post-workout, it's good to take two, because it's gonna allow that dilation of your blood vessels to go on for a little bit longer, so you have better oxygen flow throughout your bloodstream. So it's really good for that. So for this one in particular, and we've talked about this in other videos before, you can get this stuff off of Amazon. Whatever it is with this L-citrulline, it's very acidic tasting.
It's got malate in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's something you'd want, you could actually probably make a pretty good tasting pre-workout lemonade with this without actually adding lemon.
It's a little bit like a sour gummy worm.
Yeah. So you could do that if you wanted to, but honestly, if you find the exact same product without the malate in it, I'd go for that one, just because I don't like the sour taste, especially when I put it in coffee. It just makes it not as pleasant to drink.
Creatine monohydrate, you guys know it, you love it. Classic creatine, almost everyone takes it, but if you don't, I recommend it. Take it every day. It's one of my favorite supplements. So what creatine is going to do is it's going to increase ATP energy. It's going to give you that extra rep. It's going to add 10, 15 pounds on your lifts. You're going to feel a little bit more energized when you take creatine. What it also does is it increases the water in your muscles, so your muscles are going to expand, so you are going to look a little fuller. And a lot of times people notice that when they don't take creatine, or when they come off of creatine, they do lose like 5 or 10 pounds because they're losing a little bit of water weight. But I love creatine. Helps me feel a little bit more full in the shirt, hugging the sleeves, and it helps me feel a little bit better in the gym. Sometimes I don't put this with my coffee, and sometimes I have this separate, so I'll have this with just water, maybe put it in a Powerade or a Gatorade, but needless to say, I take this every day, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, pretty much what he said with it adding water to you. Basically, it increases the intracellular water in your body, which basically allows for that pump. Also has the effect of getting that extra rep, increasing the basically the medium phosphate chain that allows you to get that one extra rep. I like to take it because as a person who does low carb and who does fasting, especially when I come into my workouts fasted, which I do pretty frequently, um, sometimes I might feel like I don't have as much strength, which is just part of it. This helps that a lot more, along with the caffeine, but that's a whole different thing. But this actually allows me at a cellular level, as far as like mitochondrial energy is concerned, get more of those reps, get more of that weight, and actually feel and look a bit more fuller in my muscles, which again, you kind of lose that aesthetic look when you do fasting and you do keto to a degree, or low carb. That's why I like it.
All right, L-theanine. This one, not a lot of people know about it. You don't hear about this one nearly as often as you hear about, say, a creatine or caffeine or just pre-workout in general. But L-theanine, something that I think should be in a lot more pre-workouts, just generic pre-workouts, that's surprisingly not. But what this is going to do is it's going to sort of give you that focus and that calm energy that you don't really get from a pre-workout. So you'll notice when you take a pre-workout, you're hype, you're crazy, you're balls to the wall, but sometimes you don't have that focus. You can't channel that energy into what you're doing. And L-theanine is great for that. It doesn't really make you feel jittery. It's in green tea, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. And just helps you feel relaxed and focused. And I love this stuff. I first took this about a year ago when Austin brought it to my house, and I think that was the first time I hit 495 in the squat. So I love it. Stuff's awesome for me.
Yeah, if you're a person who likes coffee, if you're a person who likes pre-workout, I'm not sure if more companies are actually putting that in their pre-workout now. But yeah, it is found in green tea. That's one of the reasons I like green tea, and sometimes we'll sip on that throughout the day instead of coffee, just because it allows you to have that same adrenal effect without basically feeling high-strung throughout the day.
Yeah.
So I like to have it as a pre-workout, if I am going to have it as a pre-workout, in addition to my coffee, because it allows me to have that energy and that boost that I want, but with also the added part of not feeling like I'm going crazy.
Yeah, one of the biggest benefits of this is the psychological effect. I take this before almost every single meet, and I notice that when I don't take it, my nerves are a lot higher and I get a lot more nervous. So I take this, kind of calms me down. I still have that energy, but it's not like a crazy nervous energy, I wouldn't say. So freaking love this stuff. I put it in my coffee, I mix it in. It's a little bit tough to mix in there, but give it a minute, 30 seconds, and it's perfectly fine. Beta-alanine, something that's in almost every single pre-workout.
Yeah.
I think this is the stuff that's going to make you guys feel itchy, I guess. You kind of get that tingly feeling. Remember the first time I took a pre-workout, I had to call my brother because I was like, I was freaking out. I didn't know that's what it did. But beta-alanine, scoop of this in your coffee, and it's going to give you that tingly sort of focus. And a lot of people like that. I'm not a huge fan, so I take about half a scoop of it. I know Cooper likes it a little bit more than me, but I wouldn't recommend this if you guys are doing super low reps. If you guys are going into like a bodybuilding workout, this stuff is great. It's going to help you get a pump. It's going to help you stay focused, but you're going to have that itchy sort of tingly feeling in your body.
Going along with what you were saying, yeah, I definitely wouldn't go into a workout like with low reps or low intensity for that, for sure. For sure, higher intensity exercise, because you feel like you need to. The reason I do like to take it is because it makes me feel like I have to work harder. So if you go into a workout thinking or wanting to do something that's a little bit more lax, and you take something with this or it itself, you're not going to have as much of a good time. It does feel like your skin is crawling and burning.
You almost need to do the reps to make the feeling go away. It's like each rep makes the feeling go away just a little bit less. Last but not least, we have this little guy right here, this dastardly little supplement. This is pure caffeine, so guys got to be careful with this. But if you guys are finding that you're spending a lot of money on pre-workout and you guys just can't stay away from it, this is something that you can add to your pre-workout. You guys are going to have to do a little bit of math here, but a little bit of this in your pre-workout will make it so that you can take half a scoop and get just as much caffeine. So let's say you buy a traditional pre-workout, it's 30 servings, put a little bit of this in, all of a sudden you have a 60 serving pre-workout, and you're buying pre-workout half as often. So But you guys got to be careful because this is 100 grams. So 10,000 milligrams. That's quite a lot of caffeine just in this little tiny bag. It's 1,000 cups of coffee.
I really don't have too much to say about androgynous caffeine other than pretty much just be careful with it. I've never taken any form of androgynous caffeine in this form. Like, you know, I've had coffee, I've had energy drinks, I've had, you know, various teas, but I mainly stick with the coffee and green tea, just because that's where you're getting your quote unquote energy from.
Mhm.
You know, it's not giving you energy, it's just blocking the adenosine molecule from making you sleepy and tired. But I wouldn't want it unless I
haven't taken it in a long time. I used to get Amino Energy, which was like a green tea extract.
I love those.
I love Amino Energy as well.
Those things are delicious.
Yeah, I just got like the grape or the clementine or whatever flavor it was, and it was, I think 2 scoops was 100 milligrams of caffeine. This is actually 100,000 milligrams, not 10,000. So I was mistaken on that. But I would put a little bit of this in, so it was just 1 scoop, and I would get basically a cup of coffee's worth. So it wasn't like a crazy pre-workout or anything like that, but it was something to kind of get me up and going.
I would
up a
actually
little bit.
I'd actually go as far as to say that you probably don't need this unless you are like a collegiate or professional athlete like David is. And just a normal individual like myself, you know, I don't see the point of.
For me, it was to save money.
Yeah. Right. Well, you do the same thing with just having coffee.
Yeah, but coffee can be expensive too.
True. Yeah.
But
I
all
see
right,
that.
let's review. Creatine, L-citrulline, L-theanine, caffeine, and beta-alanine, and you can't forget your coffee.
Oh, I forgot the one thing I wanted to talk about that we didn't have on the table.
Salt.
Yeah, salt. So I love adding salt to my coffee. I didn't do it today, but I usually do. Even when I'm not working out, I like doing it. Again, just as a person who does low carb, who does fasting, or quite honestly, I mean, if you're a person that sweats a lot, I think people often a lot of times forget that salt is an electrolyte. You know, you see it in sports drinks and stuff like that, but usually, you know, when we think of salt, we think of, you know, table salt. You know, it's dehydrating, it's not good for us. With that regular table salt, it's not good for you. But if you get like Redmond's Real Salt, Pink Himalayan, the Celtic, or kosher, something like that, mix that in with your coffee, that's gonna have a similar effect in your body as like L-citrulline or beetroot powder. You know, being able to, like, you know, get your blood pressure a little bit higher, which sounds bad, but if you're working out and you're exercising with it, you know, that's going to allow your blood vessels to be open more. It's going to allow for more circulation. It's going to allow for more oxygen. Bless you.
Thank you.
And you're going to have, more than likely, you're going to have a better workout from it. Like I said, you know, as someone who does those things, you know, if I'm getting tired during a workout, it's usually because I don't have enough salt. Like, I don't have enough salt in me. And that, if I do take it, I feel a lot better.
Cool. I'm just gonna cut them.
Just the wind's blowing.
Oh wow, that was